So I just want to say before we start breaking down anything that I did in fact find this video months ago. I was going to react to it from a long time ago. However, I actually got sidetracked by everything else in my very busy and important life. So much so that Mr. Easy Swish Sniper himself actually beat me to reacting to it. So basically, so that you guys understand the context, what happened was that this goat of a commentary YouTuber named Easy Swish Sniper made this video essentially talking about female gamers in the esports industry and how many of them complain about sexism when in reality they just aren't good at the game. So of course, with that video going more viral than Ashkash giving that sloppy toppy, oh okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves, maybe not more viral than but that. Pretty flipping viral, there was of course going to be some backlash from the disagreeers. And so in turn, some of this backlash ended up coming from this feminist and her lapdog simp who made a reaction video. However, I have yet to watch Swish's response to this video, and I'm sure a lot of you, if not most of you, have not either. And you know, a video like this deserves that classic John touch to break down the absolute pitiful arguments being said. So with that being said, we are going to get right into this right about now. Roll the flipping clip.
So in my extensive research on the feminists, I have come to the conclusion that there are two tiers. We have tier 1 feminists and tier 2 feminists. Okay, so tier 1 feminists are friends of this channel. I've met some of you on the Discord and several of them in real life. They acknowledge issues facing women, but most importantly, they take into consideration men's issues, not things like mansplaining, but most importantly, they hate feminazis. These are the types of females you want to wife up. Tier 2 feminists, on the other hand, are what you want to avoid. They typically have rainbow colored hair with nose rings, since no guy is willing to put one on their finger, and they're often referred to as the living representation of Pokemon number 143, Snorlax. No disrespect to Snorlax, of course. It might be easier for you to take a look at a visual example. I'm going to try my best to fit this photo on the screen, so hopefully this photo clears up some confusion. Now, tier 2 feminists are on the
yeah, that guy is a fucking asshole. So first of all, if that's supposed to be comedy, that's trash. Like, did we like no one laughs at that? First of all,
speak for yourself. I am laughing at that. I think most of us were laughing at that because they were good jokes with funny punchlines. Chances are you probably didn't laugh because the video hit a little bit, you know, too close to home.
Body shaming. Like, it doesn't matter if it's satire or not, it's fucking body shaming. And tiers of feminism. First of all, the first sentence is I've been like researching the feminists or something like the feminist. Like, what the fuck? There's two kind of feminists. You're either a feminist or you're a fucking asshole. That's it. And this guy's a fucking asshole.
Yes, because if you don't agree with my political position, then you're automatically an effing a-hole and a terrible human being who doesn't deserve to eat anything other than poop and homeless people's buttholes. You absolutely misogynistic, disgusting piece of garbage. Stop. Get some help.
It's really bad. I hope it doesn't escalate because right now I'm already triggered.
We know.
Yeah, and like feminazis in a way are not feminists. Because feminist is all about gender equality, and feminazi is not. It's about women's supremacy, which is completely irrelevant.
It's not the same thing, exactly, yeah.
Which is why he said those are the types of feminists that he hates. Yes, you might say that they're not feminists, but they identify as such, which is why he put them in a whole other tier than the actual normal feminists.
Rise, especially in my generation and a lot of the younger generations. They generally do a great disservice to tier 1 feminists, and you know what, just humanity in general. They're actually evolving backwards, a scientific phenomenon really. Today we're going to be taking a look at the topic of gamer girls apparently being oppressed by us guys. The patriarchy is apparently stopping women from being good at video games or something. Now, Vice, the company that made this video, has really gone into the gutter these days. At one point, they had the best content on YouTube, but these days, they're like a knockoff BuzzFeed, which really hurts me to say because I genuinely loved Vice. Their old content is fire, but their newer stuff is just bullshit hipster cringe. Without further ado, let's take a look at what we have.
Yo, women, honestly.
Get off my Please refrain from being a whore, nagging whore. I've heard go make them sandwiches. I've heard to go back to the kitchen. I've heard that I am not good.
You're in the clip later.
Boo-hoo. Cry me a river. Is she seriously offended over a kitchen joke? Go make me a sandwich is now offensive. We as a society have gotten softer than the extra soft and toilet paper. These are like elementary level insults.
Like,
you can't seriously be crying
and
over
then
this.
here
I
I
mean,
am
you know
saying
what?
he's a
Let's just take a
fucking
look
asshole.
at what a
Spreading
voice chat
violence back.
argument
Don't
looks like
listen to me,
between
guys.
two guys, and keep in mind, this isn't even that bad compared to what I've experienced. This is one of the milder arguments.
This isn't about. This is the thing. This isn't about like comparing his experience to our experience. This isn't about, well, I get it worse. You know, it's like saying someone was murdered this way or someone was murdered this way. They're both bad.
Except that's exactly what you're doing. You're saying that gamer girls have it worse than guys in gaming when it comes to insults, while Swish is saying that gaming is just a toxic environment in general, where everybody gets their fair share of trash talk thrown their way. You're quite literally saying that one person has a worse experience than another. In fact, that's the whole point of the video that you're even defending in the first place.
Exactly, and that's...
You don't say like your murder is irrelevant because this murder is more brutal. No.
It doesn't justify, it's not because someone's getting bullied that someone else, it's okay for them to be bullied. So that's kind of what I was saying, like it's feeding into the complacency that we've been having that, oh, it's just normal. You're getting bullied, you'll get bullied like everyone else. How about we try to address bullying instead?
Thing in life. I have the maximum amount of abortion. That's how useless you are. You are a failure at everything. You can't shut the f up. You can't do anything right. You're a disappointment to your family.
Because there's no existing support there, a lot of female gamers don't want to go pro. Nobody wants to be the nail that gets hammered back down.
Oh, stop it. Stop the bullshit. Stop the cap. Stop this nonsense. Please just stop. This is not the reason. The real reason is they're just not good enough. I hate to say it. Now, I'm no MLG pro. I'm a casual. I'm sure there are girls out there who would destroy me in a...
Someone who would say I'm no MLG pro in 2020. I don't know when this video came out.
November, like a month ago. And it's got 1.1 million views in 1 month, by the way. I know.
Someone that would say, I'm no MLG pro.
The fact that she did not realize that he said MLG pro in an unironic manner and he was just joking, and she actually took it seriously, is quite cringe in and of itself. Far more cringe than what she's trying to pin down Swish for.
Game of COD, but I promise you those same girls are just not going to be able to compete with the best male video game player. Think of it like the NBA versus the WNBA. I'm not too familiar with the esports scene, but I can bet you that the best Fortnite player, the best Call of Duty player, the best FIFA player, they're all guys. Esports is inherently a meritocracy. If you're good enough, regardless of age, race, or gender,
Also,
motherfucker, you can...
like, I don't know much about esports, but let me say what I
talk about it. Yeah, exactly. If you don't know anything about it, just shut the f up.
Could be a transgender, non-binary, either gender blind senior citizen. If you can go to tournaments and obliterate your competition, you're gonna make it to the top. You'll get noticed. Nobody cares which of the 20,000 genders you are. If you're good, you'll show it. But I hate to say it, these female players are just cheeks compared to the best male players. I'm not even trying to be
Overwatch. If you know about the Gregory story in Overwatch, everything that I just said is bullshit. You should check out, actually, we did one episode of the Game Diary about her whole story. We dug deep and we found out every freaking sexism issues that she had to become a professional gamer in the Overwatch League in Asia. So go check it out if you want to understand why this shit is.
I'll put the link in the comments below.
Is it not true though? If you're playing a video game, all that really matters is that you have healthy fingers on a keyboard, isn't that right? Since when do computers discriminate for what's between your legs? However, I will give them some credit where credit is due though. Now here's the thing. They might actually have a point, because if their argument is that in order for a girl to rise to the top of the professional industry, then it would be harder than if she were a guy, because people will take her less seriously, or they would judge her and maybe maybe not want to pick her for certain things, etc., then yeah, okay, I can understand where they're coming from with that, and that's probably a very active reality, and I can totally see that happening. However, let's be real with ourselves here for a second. While it might be harder to do certain things as a female gamer, at the end of the day, Swish also has a point. If you're good, then you're just good. Men and women may lie, but numbers absolutely do not. And so even if people want to treat a girl gamer differently in the industry, at the end of the day, if she's really good, then she will be able to make progress regardless. Because at the end of the day, then yes, people's treatment of you is going to contribute to a percentage of your overall success. However, the main thing that will always be the main factor is your skill in the game. If a girl wins every single game she plays non-stop and is literally the most skilled player in the world, it doesn't matter how much I want to disrespect her. If she kills me every single time we play together and we're in some type of tournament, she will win, thus eventually making progress. Even if people give her somewhat of a harder time than they would if she were a guy. The point is that even if it's a bit harder to progress because people give you a hard time, that's not going to be enough to make an undeniably skilled player fail. Which means it's not something to blame your lack of success on.
That's just nature. This has nothing to do with sexism. It seems like these girls just aren't built different. If you want to make it to the top, you have to be cracked. You have to be a different breed. If you want to play competitively, you have to face competition. And with that, there naturally comes pressure, which it seems like these girls don't know how to handle. So what I recommend is they stop playing competitively altogether and maybe just whip out the Nintendo and play Animal Crossing or Super Mario Galaxy or something like that. And if they want a little bit of competition, they can play Wii Sports.
Sorry, how is that okay? Like, how is this okay on YouTube, like in 2021 now? I don't understand, like...
Something called freedom of speech? So he should be cancelled and taken off of YouTube because of his opinion on gamer girls. Okay, right. And if you're talking about the support he's getting, it simply means that what he's saying is the popular opinion. It's not rocket science, my guy.
I've had to watch it a few times now because I edited it to put the clip in and all that, but it's just, I don't understand how this is okay, and I don't understand how this has 1.1 million views and people are liking it.
Yeah, this is a completely misogynistic video.
And this
is exactly the part of the problem. He's part of the problem.
Yeah, he's just putting oil on the fire.
He's proving what society told us. Like, what he's saying is what people think, what most white people think, because most white men think.
Somebody please find my magnifying glass, because I'm really trying hard right now, not only to find this girl's brain cells, but also to find how the heck race came into this equation.
The last solo tournament, I didn't do as well in Australia. And I went on Twitter and I was just getting flamed for no reason.
Flamed for no reason? I think she got flamed because she played like dog shit. Every competitive player gets quote unquote flamed if they performed terribly.
Again, problem is not her being a female. Her is being just flamed, like bullied.
Well, so that's it then. You basically just admitted Swish's main point was right, and that the problem wasn't sexism. Gaming just has insults overall. So okay then. So, well done. Thanks for doing my job for me, guy. Refuted your entire argument with words coming straight from your own mouth. Oh, good stuff. Anyways, guys, with that being said, if your penis is more than 0.3 centimeters, remember to slap that like button in the face till it turns blue like your name is Chris Breezy. And of course, if you did genuinely enjoy this video, remember to leave a comment saying so. If you did not enjoy this video, slap that dislike button because it's your true opinion and you shouldn't hide it because of how I feel. And of course, guys, as always, it's been your boy John, and you are now leaving my mind.